Yes, people. Big up. Happy Saturday. It doesn't even feel like Saturday, but guess what? The year is coming to a close. I hope you are too blessed to be stressed, as I am most days. Had some shenanigans over the past few days. I guess shenanigans is the most eloquent term I could use for it, but look, not here for that. I'm here for the immaculate vibes. And I'm also here for you. Hope you're here for me. Here for we. Chewy's here. I did get Chewy to show up to work, but how's everybody doing? Welcome into episode number 122 of the Untitled series, also known as the Immaculate series here on United Spurs of America. Make sure you are hitting a like, partaking in that poll. The poll today is predictions for Spurs versus Bournemouth. What are we thinking, y'all? Predictions versus Bournemouth. 34% right now says Tottenham win with usual 11. Okay, talk to me nicely indeed. 24% says Tottenham will win with kids. I like that as well. I don't care how we win, just get it done. Get it done, son. That's what I think. 30% says Spurs will lose with or without the kids. Well, there you go. 30% people are predicting a loss no matter what we do. And then 13% says there's a draw all over this. Draw all over this. I was going to do draw me like your French girls. But then I was like, what's the relevancy to Titanic? And there really wasn't one. So I didn't do that as a poll option. But pick up everybody. How are you doing? Hope you're having a great weekend. Hope you are too blessed to be stressed. I will have a guest joining ever so shortly. But look, we've got things to talk about, y'all. Let me lower this. We've got things to talk about. You know, first and foremost, I just need to apologize. I, Jacob Walraven of United Spurs of America, I have to apologize. And I'm so sorry. That really the last time I spoke about Hugo Lloris, I was speaking so ill of him. I was speaking so poorly of him because of what happened in Newcastle. Because of what had transpired that year. While he was not the only person responsible for last year, he did play his part. And looking back, I feel like maybe I was too harsh. You know, I'm watching these clips. I'm getting emotional. I'm looking at all the hello, how you doings, farewells and such. I mean, look at that. Look at this. Look at this graphic. I mean, look at this guy. Bro, the numbers are insane, and sometimes it's one of those moments where, as a person, you got to sit back and say, "Man, I forgot that this guy." I almost cursed. I'm trying to save it for the after 10 minutes, but yeah, man, Hugo Lloris, what a servant to the club. The skipper, he is gone off to LAFC, so he's on my side of the pond now. LAFC, for what it's worth. Not this year that just ended in MLS, but the year before that, LAFC, or when Gareth Bale was there, they won the MLS Cup. And then this past year that just ended, they were at the MLS Cup, but they lost to the Columbus Crew. So he's going to a side that, you know, he might follow in the footsteps of Gareth Bale and help them lift a trophy. But anyway, Tottenham Hotspur tweeted, "We can confirm that Hugo Lloris will depart from the club on a permanent transfer to MLS side Los Angeles FC." 447 appearances. That's absolutely insane. That is absolutely insane to me. It's crazy. Let me say what's up to the chat before we really get into that. Let me see who's here. Let me see what's going on. But big up. Happy Saturday, everyone. If you are watching this on playback, I hope you're doing well. Many blessings, many tidings to you and yours as the year comes to an end. Look, full disclosure, no show tomorrow. I know it's game day, but it is my wife's birthday, and I like being married to my wife. So with that in mind, I will not be doing a show tomorrow because it is her birthday and she deserves to be spoiled because she puts up with me for the entirety. So big up to my wife. I will not be doing a show. Apologies, though. I will be watching the match. Y'all know I'm going to wake up at 7 a.m. Well, probably about 6:30, watch it, make my wife some breakfast, and then we're going to carry on with her birthday shenanigans. But look, I think that, I guess I got to be honest with y'all, let y'all know what's going on. But hypo noise in the house with the first chat. You get actually double first place prize. First YouTube chat member in the house and first chatter in the house. So big up hypo noise. I almost just gave away who my guest was because he just showed up in the back. And I'll give you a hint. It starts with an H, but we'll find out. Hey, big up Jazz Fusion, giving us some information there about the Romanian with the man bun. Ryan Gloria says, Hinchelwood, that kid from Brighton, destroyed your backline, you jerk. And Jazz Fusion said, what backline? I like that, because that's a great response, Jazz Fusion. What backline? You mean the one with Emerson Royale? Ben Davies? I mean, hey, Brazil's number 2, the captain of Wales. Some may say should hold up well, but look, we'll see. Speaking of things we'll see, let me go ahead and bring on the man with the plan who can do the can. Don't say he can't, because when he will, you think he won't, but he will. So let me bring... That didn't make sense. Bringing him on. Here's Paul.
Such a freestyler. Oh, man.
That was awful. I saw Jazz Fusion, and I was like, he's the man with the plan. Yeah, like one of those jazzy nights. But hey, big up, Paul. Welcome back to the channel, my friend.
I'm all right, man.
Oh, you mean my floofy hat?
Yeah, you know. Be a bit
the thing I've been wearing for the
little beard down here.
I don't know where my little beanie is. Actually, I think my son grabbed it and did some with it. But hey, man, the year's coming to a close. You're actually gonna see in the new year before me.
Yeah, so, I'm gonna be. I've only just woken up. I'm trying to get my body clock. I have to sleep more because I'm gonna be working through the night. You know, fleecing New Year's revelers.
Because they're gonna be boozing and you're gonna be cruising.
How
about
right,
that?
Man. Yeah. So
how about that?
It's a bummer. I won't be able to watch tonight's game live because it's at 1 a.m. So I'll have.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I'll watch it. Be driving, media blackout, no dings on my phone. Yeah, we're Spurs. Oh shit, none of that. And then I'll watch it when I come home.
I'll make sure to FaceTime you and be like, wow! or be like,
oh, what a screaming goal by Porro!
Hey, this is the prediction show. Is that a little teaser, a little foreshadowing of?
Well, you know, I wasn't thinking. That was just. That came out of the cosmos, that one. So maybe that's
the cosmos may make that happen for us. Look, a lot of people are worried about us.
Are they?
Look, a lot of people are worried about us not getting the job done. I've been seeing a lot of predictions for losses coming up. Loss specifically to Bournemouth. Bournemouth, whom are in great form. To me, I say phooey. I say phooey to form. You know why I say phooey to form, Paul? Because it doesn't matter when you play Tottenham. You could be in the worst form and we'll pick you up and we'll help you. That's how considerate we are. You could be in the best form and we'll knock you right off that fucking pedestal.
We are the great leveler.
We are everyone's antithesis.
The apotheosis of football. Yeah,
exactly, Paul. See, you are smelling what I'm stepping in, and I appreciate that. And that's why just look at your background. So eloquent, so well designed. I thought you were a fucking set designer myself. Don't peek the curtain, Paul. Let's say hello to the chat. Well, Paul sips on some drinkity drink, and we get this thing going.
Is there a friend in the chat? I don't think they are they? Oh, damn, that's a shame, isn't it? That would have been quite funny.
You know, I wasn't even going to bring it up unless
sorry.
some suspicious activity occurred, because I am wanting to link everyone back over to your live stream that you did, because you broke down. Well, when I opened the show, I said there was a series of shenanigans that transpired. Because I feel like, hey, I'm trying to, let's just move forward, right? Let's not dwell in the back. That happened last night for me. This morning for you, I'm presuming.
New day.
Yeah, new day, new dawn. I mean, he's still a conniving little snake, but outside of that, moving on.
Onwards and upwards.
The proof is in the pudding, yo. Yeah, that's it. That's just what it is. The proof is in the pudding. And I didn't even make the pudding, bro. I just stumbled upon the pudding. The pudding... I mean, I did get some on my shoes, metaphorically speaking. But look, if you want to know what I am alluding to and why I'm being so vague, go over to the Hotspur Hippie right now. It is the Hotspur Hippie Hour.
Not yet.
Hotspur
not yet. No, watch this first.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You should do. See,
in the foot, man.
These seagulls, man, they've really gotten under my skin. I blame the seagulls, man. I blame the seagulls every single time. But big up Jazz Fusion and Rich having a little conversation amongst themselves. Yeah, I know, but you never know what to have. Oh, y'all are having a conversation with each other. Big up Novagen, this club, these players.
The players, unacceptable.
It's unacceptable, this club. I love that. I love that. It's a very lovely one. Big up Phil Peace. His huge love and immaculate vibes of Jacob and everyone in the community. Falling asleep, but swung past to pay homage and spread love. Big up Phil P. Always spread love.
Phil.
Look at this. Here's some confetti. Look at that.
Wow, that was smooth, man.
Hey, watch out now.
It's not happening. It's not working.
If you could do that and then a bunch of middle fingers just fall from instead of confetti, that'd be kind of cool. Talk about production value, man. Big up Spurs GCTV. How you doing? Hey, Nuno is making them proud. Nuno did make me proud. Did Nuno make you proud today? Nuno Espirito Santos, he led Nottingham Forest to the victory over Manchester United 2-1 today.
Oh, I haven't seen the results yet, man. I've literally got up. So, that's
United can hold that to the highest degree. Yeah.
Oh, was that at Old Trafford or Molineux?
It was not the Molineux's Wolves. Wolves did win 3-0 at the Molineux today, which they're unbeaten. We're talking about Nuno. He's managing Forest. Nuno, our old manager that was like, Forest, I'm going to make you proud. He is now the manager of Nottingham
Forest. My brain
just
wound back 2 years. Nuno used to manage Wolves, didn't he? So, yeah, it's like the last 2 years didn't happen. Sorry, man.
We're going to make you proud. We're going to make you proud. Do you remember now? I'm dialing you back now, Paul. Dial it all.
Can we go a bit more forward? Bit more forward.
No,
we're going to go through.
We had just no. The scene is we are 74 days without a manager. Where are we going? Who will steer this ship? Why is Harry Kane wanting to leave us?
What a mess,
don't worry.
Man.
I'm gonna
make you proud.
I'm gonna make you.
Hey, manager of the month. Manager of the month.
And then manager of the unemployment list next. Hey, Man City. But that was really Son just scooping the up out of nowhere because Son has a thing against Pep Guardiola, which I completely subscribe to as well. Yeah, man. Philly, big up Philly says, another big fat L coming tomorrow. Do you think a big fat L is on the way tomorrow?
No.
I know. Yeah, of course not, right?
Of course not.
Of course not. Big up Spurs Live. How you doing, Josh? Big up Min Chi in the house. How you doing? Maypin Praisel says 1-2. Don't know who wins, but that's the scoreline. Or maybe they're just reminding us of something else. But Ren, hey mates,
Ren.
how you doing, Ren? Big up Adrian Schroka in the house. Good evening and a happy new year to the chat and Spurs fans worldwide. Same to you, Adrian Schroka. I hope you're too blessed to be stressed this evening, and I hope you are in something similar to me, enjoying yourself, relaxing a little bit. Big up Hugo says, big up Jacob, you fraud. Good afternoon. And come on, you clogged toilet. I think that's what that stands for. But big up Hugo.
Come on, you goober.
Arsenal. Come on, you glooby. I don't know. But big up Hugo nonetheless. How fitting. A Hugo is here and a Hugo has left. How do you feel? Hugo Lloris, he's leaving, Paul. Where are you at with that? Are you draw me like one of your Hugo Llorises, says Timmy.
Don't go, Hugo. Please stay. Just one more year, man. One more year. It's overdue.
I was a little mean to him.
So but are you getting a bit sort of, sentimental?
Yeah, because I'm that kind of fan, a fucking loser.
6-1. 6-1.
Oh, don't remind. And then he fucking my back. I said, what? Spinal. He said,
I've sprained my taint. I don't think I can keep playing.
It's for me, the last memories is that, and then whenever he played volleyball versus Bukayo Saka, whenever he just shot it right into his chest. And instead of catching it, parrying it, well, he technically did kind of parry it, but he more like scooped it right to his net. It was not great. I've actually never done that. I've never done that as a goalkeeper, and I'm not a good one, and he was a great one. But maybe we don't remember him with the recency of the downfall, right? They always say you live or you live. If you live long enough, you'll become the villain or some shit from Batman. I don't know.
It was Batman, wasn't it? Oh yeah,
it was Batman with Christian Bale. No, that was a great one. The Dark Knight.
Oh, it's a bit thinky, isn't it? It's a bit. It's a comic. Stop making these things so bloody miserable.
Heath Ledger. Yeah, it was a very The Joker's only getting more miserable. That Joaquin Phoenix Joker 2's coming out, and that one's just like basically a mirror reflection of what society is. The downfall of Gotham, interestingly enough. But anyway, we are not Gotham, but we did have somewhat of a fall. Could you say that? I don't know. What's one of your favorite Hugo Lloris memories?
I can't really think of many at the moment. I don't know. It just all got overshadowed the last few years. I didn't think he was a good captain. I thought he cost us so many games. So I have to go back even further, man. I'm flat out remembering what I had for dinner last night, let alone 5 years ago when he was good. So I don't know. I'm probably sounding harsh, but I don't know. All through, like, there was a couple of years in the Potch years, but apart from that, nothing, man. And maybe it's because our goalkeeper now is so fantastic that when I think Spurs goalkeeper now, I think Vicario. I think he's superb. But okay, let's play the game. Hugo's favourite memory.
So you're saying, so what you're saying to me,
derailing the show.
Paul, what you're saying to me is losing a love is easier if you got something else there next to you.
Some hot chick.
Vicario. Italian.
I'll survive. It's all right. Don't worry about me. I'm sorted.
Somehow I will manage. Somehow I will see this through.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, a little bit, I do feel that. But, you know, I'm watching all this stuff, the tributes, the videos coming out today, and I'm like, man, I am a human, and I did love this man, and I did go to war defending him quite a lot. And last year was the year in which I faltered in my supporting of him because I felt like he was really just not what he was and not what we needed. And it was a very big question mark, like what's going on back there. And it's almost this balancing of respecting what some would say a club legend. I'm putting him a club legend because since I've been a fan, he's been my number one. He's been my skipper. So I see him as a club legend. I feel as though, and I feel bad about how upset I was with him after that Newcastle match. I was so upset because I felt like he quit on us. I felt like he stabbed us right in the back. And then, you know, I guess as time goes on a little bit, I feel less emotionally attached to his decision to say the Mike Tyson, my back. And they're like, your back. Can you elaborate on that injury? I'm going to find that clip. I'm going to download it and I'm going to play it because it's a really good clip. But I don't know, Paul. I feel like in the Champions League penalties, I always felt like there was a 50-50.
But we didn't win. You got to win something to be a legend, man. I think at Tottenham, where you have to come close.
Yeah,
to, you know
Tottenham,
what I mean?
He was a World Cup winner there, Paul.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. And that's quite a feather to have in your cap. Oh, what's going on? Oh God, I've got WhatsApp open. It's getting pings on.
That was me too. Yeah.
Oh, you've buggered your own stream up, haven't you? Hang on, how do I close WhatsApp?
Command Q on Apple, anyway. Oh, big up everyone in the chat. Hey, appreciate that, Ren.
2% of people that own a Mac. Brilliant.
Happy birthday to my wife. Big up. Appreciate
balloons. That. Thumbs up. Is it your wife's birthday today, is it?
No, tomorrow. Well, for you, yes. If we were in Australia, I think because it's the 31st for you. Yeah, bro, you're time traveling.
You're freaking me out, man.
That's what's crazy about this whole thing. So for you, it would be her birthday. Yes.
Happy birthday, then.
Yeah, I guess that's right. Yeah.
What's this arsehole wishing me a happy birthday? It's tomorrow.
Why you say Henry Wright? Big up Henry Wright TV. Make sure you subscribe. Big up Henry Wright. I don't know why I said Henry Wright. Big up Mrs. RG. Good to see Mrs. RG. Hope you're ending your year well. Mrs. RG says, I hope we give him a good send off. He worked at
I would give him a good send off, man. But I just, I'm just tainted. I'm tainted. I can't.
Tainted love.
It's very, I think of legend goalkeepers. I think of Ted Ditchburn, Pat Jennings, Ray
Friedel.
Clements. Hey, Chuck Brad in there. I like Brad. But even Eric the Viking Torsfed. And I think Vicario's got the makings of becoming something great as well, So I don't know. After the World Cup, he seemed to go off the boil. So that's a long time,
Big up Bobby the Greek. I don't know what a young Lemmy is, but says I'm looking.
Lemmy from Motorhead. Don't you know Lemmy from Motorhead?
No.
Oh my God, the youth of today. The youth of today, man. What's going on?
What they teaching these damn
Just Google
kids?
Lemmy from Motorhead and you'll see what he's on about. He's right. He's absolutely right.
All right. Lemmy from Motorhead.
It's sad, isn't it?
You saying I look like that guy? I mean, I guess. I mean, these
younger.
are kind of old. Okay, I'm seeing that when I Google Lemmy from Motorhead, he looks quite aged.
Distinctive.
He was born 1945. Oh, R.I.P. He died in 2015. R.I.P. Lemmy.
He was great.
R.I.P. Lemmy. Yeah, R.I.P. Happy New Year, Pauls. Which again, some big ups in the Paul there. Appreciate everyone. Definitely overcharged the drunk people. If only he had control of how much he charged.
Unfortunately, no. My hands are tied on that one.
Yeah, but big up everybody, getting some love in the chat there for Paul.
It's the Ronnie. Hello, man. Hey, hello, everyone.
Oh wait, Ronnie. Oh yeah, because you got that two Ronnie clip, right? When the two Ron show up, you're like, it's some. It's like reminds me of an old sitcom.
Yeah.
Big up Future Music says, hey Jacob, good morning, Paul. Love from the Shire. Big up. Come on, you Spurs. Who will start up front without Kulusevski, says Level Earth. We will get into
How many fucking players have we got available? I mean, it is laughable, isn't it? It really is. And then you hear pundits saying, oh, it's the way the Ange is setting the players up. No, it's because we've got fucking Ben Davies and Emerson Royale and Gio Lo Celso and Højbjerg. That's our bloody team at the moment. And they're not good enough.
Callum Roche, big up Callum Roche, says not to be that guy, but the proof isn't in the pudding. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. And they got a really good point here. But
I think it's fair enough.
But when you say the proof is in the pudding, that would imply you have been inside the pudding or the pudding has been inside of you. So to me, by saying the proof is in the pudding would still indicate that I have some kind of knowledge of said pudding and what it contains, right?
You've seen the proof. You just haven't eaten it.
No, but like if you're saying the proof is in the pudding and I'm like, oh, look at that pudding, and I'm telling you the proof is in that pudding, clearly I must know what is in that pudding. That's what my logic would dictate, but hey, that's neither here nor there. Big up C Cubed, says popping in to say hello and listening, but not chatting much. I'm weathering a cough and a cold. Hey, big up C Cubed.
Oh, sorry.
Stay hydrated, please. Drink plenty of water. Yeah, sorry to hear that. Not the best way to ring in the new year. Crazy special effects there, guys. One more time for Ren.
What special effects? What? Where? Oh, that. Look at that.
I actually put confetti in the roof.
Damn, I wish I
have
had
a guy.
I wish I had a Mac.
Paul, what you don't know is I hired a guy, and he's just strapped to the ceiling, and every time I do this, he drops the bale of confetti on me. One more time, Ron. See? Just a slight delay. Don't worry about it. But big up everybody in the house. Let's see who else is here. Mick Dundee, big up. Morning, Jacob and Paul. All the best for the new year. Same to you, my friend. Hope you're doing very, very well. Got to jump, Jacob. 2-1 for Spurs tomorrow. Happy New Year to all. Blessed 2024. Big up Spurs GCTV. Have a blessed evening. Hope you are too blessed to be stressed every single time. Hugo off at halftime. A spinal cramp.
Spinal cramp.
I love that one. Yeah.
Greatest keeper of all time? No, nowhere near. Nowhere near.
And of course, their favorite memory is something not good. Daniel Horton's favorite memory of Hugo. Let's just have his picture there for conversation's sake, so we can see and remember his smile. Daniel Horton says pin save against Man City. This was one of mine. When I asked you the question, this was one of my first things that came.
It's about the only
save
thing I
against
remember,
Man City. Yeah, fuck Man City, bro. I thought this was the Harry Kane team. Hold that, Pep Guardiola. My manager ain't bald, I'll tell you that much. Not then and not now.
I don't know if you've noticed, maybe the camera isn't picking it up, but my hair is receding a little bit here.
No, it's not. It looks good. You're not bald. Look at all the hair on your face. No, don't do that.
Yeah, I'll do that because I know bald. You're a baldist. Baldness offends you. It reminds. It's a mirror up to your own mortality.
Paul, I miss streaming with you, my friend. It's been too long. It's been way too long. And it probably was like 10 days or something, but hey, still too long.
You give it 20 years, I'll be, oh, where's your fucking hair gone, mate? Hey, what happened there?
Probably having daughters. One's on the way. That might be what happens there.
Well, when's your how long before when's your new baby due?
April 15th.
Wow,
right there at
not
the
long.
Tail end of the season. Yeah.
Right, so you're in the middle trimester, so it's the fun
right
bit
in the mid.
before it gets all fucking bored now. I want to have the baby out of me.
Exactly. That's the last 4 weeks, I think.
Because like women, like in that middle 3 months, it's like women turn into like superhumans. They're like super strong, active, and then the last bit is like, I'm buggered.
Like, I'm really excited to have a baby again, but I'm also not really excited to wake up every 3 hours in the middle of the night to feed it.
The second one's easy, man. The first one the same. It was so hard. No sleep.
I just stayed up and played video games until the next
me too,
feeding.
man.
That's how I got through
and watch football and stuff.
Shout out
like
Luigi's Mansion 2 on the Nintendo Switch. I beat that whole thing just playing through the evenings while my wife was sleeping and my son was sleeping, and then I'd hear him rustling around, pause the game, change him, feed him, and then go to bed.
Get the form out.
Go back to sleep, everybody. Daddy want to play some video games. Big up THFC Till I Die member for 6 months. 6 months of membership.
Hey, Dermot,
thank you, Jacob and Paul, for all you do, guys. Big up Dermot, my friend. Always good to see you in the house. Always good to see you here. Go subscribe to THFC Till I Die if you haven't already. But big up Dermatron. Always good to see you. I love that.
Don't you come here with that naive word. That naive word.
Oh, I still feel Ainge is naive with his tactics and reactions. Brighton was proof of that.
No, shit players was proof of that. Basically, no. How can anyone's? I'm going to get on my high horse here a little, Jacob. When any other manager in the Premier League has a bad run, they might be called bad or whatever, but they're not called naive. Why is it that the only manager that gets called naive is Ange Postecoglou? Why is that?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Because he's Australian. He's a Greek Australian. He's not from inside the system. What can this uncle-looking guy possibly know about football?
Did they ever call De Zerbi naive last year in his first season?
Think so.
Did they call Graham Potter naive in his first season at Chelsea, even though he got the sacks? Fucking, he couldn't even make it through his first year. Did they call Nuno naive when right before we sacked him? I'm just naming managers in which I'm like...
Naive is just this meme that's going around. A lot of the media... I see a lot of people on TalkSport saying he's naive and all this. I just don't... I can't stand it. Can't stand it.
I mean, it's an interesting talking point. Like, I do question the timing of the subs versus Brighton. I don't question necessarily the lineup or why certain players started. What do you think, Paul? Let me ask you. What do you think why he waited till we were 3-0 down to make those substitutions?
Well, when we started the second half, we were a bit brighter. So, suck it and see. Okay, we had a chance. See how we go. But what options have you got to change the game? I've heard people say, "Oh, Lo Celso should have been brought on at halftime." Is that what we've come to? That's what we've come to. We're relying on Gio Lo Celso to turn a game. Is that it? Is it? That ain't going to happen. So, I think Ange played it right. It's very easy to have Harry hindsight, but the game was the game. And I think Ange got it as right as he could have with the personnel we've got at the moment.
Yeah, you know, the next logical question, Paul, would be, well, why didn't he play any of the kids, Jamie Donnelly, Iago Santiago, these
Not
kids
ready.
that my thought was...
I've got some inside info.
Oh.
I talked to a little birdie.
I wish I had the cool special effects that you have over there on the Hotspur Hippie. Make sure you go subscribe. I will be putting it in the title in just 1 second. But you got the, like, breaking news.
You get over your studio, info. Man. Get into it.
We've got breaking news, inside information from Paul the Hotspur Hippie down under. How?
Well, I talked to someone that talked to one of those youth players' dads. Okay. And so that's the provenance of this. Take of that what you will. But I trust this person I talked to. And the dad said, no, Angie's being very supportive. He's telling the kids exactly what they have to do to get into first team. However, at the moment, what he's saying to them is, you've just got to show a little bit more in training, a little bit more, you know, chutzpah in training.
Hey, it seems like he's kind of putting that carrot right there, right out of
yeah.
You know,
so
that
he's on it.
Reminds me. It kind of reminds me.
He's getting them ready, but you know, they're not quite there yet. But he's integrated them into training, everything like that. So we'll get there.
When I do physical therapy with my son, one of the things I do is put my, like, we're trying to get him to run, to like run fast, right? And so one of the things we'll do is I'll walk in front of him, but not far enough to where he's discouraged, but not close enough to where he can grab me and hang on to me and use me to propel himself, or because when he sees me, he climbs up me instantly. So
it's called scaffolding.
Is that what that's called? There's a word for it? I was going to call dangling the carroting.
It's called the zone of proximal development. So you don't like, you know, you're not up in their face doing everything for them, and you're not ignoring them. You're what you're saying is a perfect analogy. You're just you're encouraging them. You know, you're getting that balance just right. You don't want to be too close. You don't want to be too far away. And when you get that right, that's when people learn the most. That's the theory, anyway. I think that's
yeah. So I mean, it sounds like that's what Ange Postecoglou is doing, and honestly, I like that. And speaking of things I like, Ash P's in the house. Ash P from Talking Ball. Big up, Ash P. Says, hi, Jacob. Sorry for doing you dirty on Hassam's show. I followed you there and wasn't prepared for the crazy banter. Yo, that show is something else. I will say, when I'm on that show and when I'm on Staffy TV's shows, a different side of Jacob must come out, because they Paul, you know what it's like. I go into rival territory. I know what to expect. Rivals trying to bring me down, trying to tell me how I should think and feel about my club. And what I will not do is back down from any rival fan telling me this, that about Ainge, about this system, about where we're headed. You can tell me this and that about the players, and I'll agree with you. And what I said yesterday, I still feel and believe, which was like, we just were not good. We were not interested on the day.
I'm proud of you,
like Ainge said, had no energy. We just held the L. Sometimes what is expected to happen happens. When a guy who's worked with the club for twice the amount of time as the other guy, you would logically believe that he has some kind of more info into who he can trust when everybody's injured, because they had the same problems as us. A lot of people missing, injuries, suspensions, whatever. Regardless of that, that manager has seen the kids, the backups, the fringe players. He's seen them more than our manager has seen his. And so when you're relying on the reinforcements, the backups, the replacements, whatever you want to call them, how does Ainge fully know he can trust Jamie Donnelly to come in and play some kind of forward progressive mindset against the big boys? We don't know. But I do subscribe to the notion that we don't know until he does it. And sometimes for me, I'm like, you just got to throw the fucking kid in the pool, right? And let him swim.
Oh, yeah, I think the same thing as well, man. But
protect them,
I trust
right? If they're getting overrun, then like, yeah, make a change. But, you know, if you're seeing that it's too much for him, is Bournemouth a good time, do you think? Real quick, big up Ash, thank you so much for the super chat. But do you think that Bournemouth is a good opportunity, short turnaround? We were already tired versus Brighton, and we got our asses kicked physically. We got out-muscled by Pascal Gross, a dude Hinkelschmeyer? Who the fuck is that guy?
Hinklesword?
He sounds like a Worthington original, like a damn old person's caramel, hard candy you find at the retirement home. You could suck on a wither Herschel things.
Herschel.
Yeah. Anyway, that guy dominated us. And to me, that's indicative of a few things: form, fitness, and overall talent level and ability. And to me, I think Bournemouth is a perfect opportunity to change things.
It could be like it could be like I think we're at that point where Davies and Royale are gonna. They weren't great against Brighton. They're not going to be. We can't rely on them. We can't rely on them. The only thing about because I would like to see Dorrington in, but I'm just thinking if you put when you put youth players in, you want the experienced first team around them, not this bunch of people that have just been hanging around the club for years. I don't know if that's the best place to bring them in. I'd rather bring them in, when we've got our winners back. And you stick Dorrington next to Emerson Royale. He's got no fucking hope, man.
The theory there, and what I said when I, people are like, well, why would he start Emerson Royale and Ben Davies? Well, if I remember, we went to the Manchester City's ground, whom a lot of people predict to eventually win the league. We went there, got a point, starting them. The eventual Golden Boot winner, at the end of the day, didn't get a goal, for whatever it's worth. You may say, hey, he shanked his 2 opportunities. I would say sometimes you get rattled and things don't sit the same. You have to readjust, and I think he's.
I just don't. I mean, but that's the thing. They can have good games now, but they can't do it consistently. The number of times in the past, 3 or 4 years where Ben Davies, Emerson Royale, Højbjerg, Skip, all of these players let you down time after time. So. But that's the way we are at the moment. That's why we need some transfer windows to start rotating these old losing players out of the club. Mm-hmm. These are the players that were crap under Jose. Well, they're crap at the end of Poch, crap under Jose, crap under Conte. So what we're expecting them to be fantastic under Ange. He's not a miracle worker. Those players are what they are. You'll get a few good games out of them, and then they'll go to shit.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I agree with that with that ideology there. Big up Donovan, big up Daniel Horton says warmed up to -9 below snow. Daniel Horton, the furthest north Spurs fan that I've ever met. I can't think of one that's in Antarctica. Or wait, which one's at the top? Is that Antarctica?
No, it's the south one.
Fucking hell. Which one's the top one?
Well, when you say top, what, you think the world is really round? Do you? You believe that psyop?
If I believe that, you know what else I believe? Hang on. Segue, perfect segue. Rodrigo Bentancur, his wife, Melanie LeBlanca, posted this on Instagram yesterday. Could it potentially mean El Teti is back today?
What, he's running around, is he?
I don't know what that means.
Oh.
But she posted this on Instagram.
I'll take it.
I mean,
Matt Cash, don't turn up to work in when we come up there, man. We're gonna stick one on you, man. We're gonna stick one on you.
I'm just saying. We might be getting. There is news we do got to talk about. I don't know why, Paul. When I feel like you and I are discussing, I'm just like forgetting all the things I'd planned to talk about during this show, and I do blame you for that. I am going to blame you because what any person would do is just deflect, right? Deflect, and I'm going to do that. Deflect right over to you. But big up Side Dancer. Big up Scott M. Mick Dundee. I already said hello to Mick Dundee, but hey, big up Mick Dundee.
That's it. Mick's got it.
What's that? How can you call a 30-year manager with success wherever he goes naive? Is comments from the ignorant.
I'll tell you something about this naive, right? When he was manager of Australia, the Australian media, sports pundits, they were all saying, Ange has got to go to a plan B because Australia's not good enough to play this way. And he stuck to it and we won the Asian Cup.
You said Asia Cup, and I had just remembered Sonny's leaving very, very soon. We're going to play Burnley in the FA Cup. Well, I don't even think he's in the same group as them. He's in a group with Jordan and
okay.
South Korea's in a different group, I think. Big up Craig the Gecko, man. Big up. Let me see who else is here. Andres, Donna Colin. Hello, Donna Colin. Drunk Vigo, how you doing? He did not. He did not destroy me. No one destroyed me. That's just the way it is. Big up Tony D. How you doing? Ainge got a dose of Deserby football, says Ryan Gloria. Now I've heard another phrase that's been thrown around a lot, Paul, and it's I found it kind of silly, and this is something they were throwing around. I was like, I find it very silly of a phrase to use. Deserby out-tacticked Ainge Postecoglou. Do you think?
Fuck no.
When I say that to you, what are your general thoughts?
It doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what tactics you have when you have those players on the pitch, because they will let you down. You know, Vicario trying to play it out from the back. We don't have a player that's capable of taking the ball on the half turn and banging it up the pitch or progressing play. So anytime one of those players that we've got at the moment is facing our goal, you know the only way the ball's going to go is back to Vicario. That's why he had to resort to just kicking it over them. So it wasn't anything to do with tactics. I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
Fair enough. Big up Spurs all the way. That's the new name in the chat. How you doing? Another topic I want to discuss real quick before I do get into the things I was actually planning on talking about. Brennan Johnson, pretty disappointed in him last match. Personally, I thought he let us down quite a few times. Let the forwards down, let everyone else around him down. There's also talk about the fact that, shout out Sean Butler with Spurs Talk Show. He's talking about the fact that when he's watching him, he's doing a whole lot of looking like he's busy, but not actually doing anything in regards to tracking back and helping Pedro Porro defensively. And then I also see the discourse on Twitter today that people are like, oh, you're being too mean to Brennan Johnson. And I'm watching a guy like Mikel Olise for Crystal Palace. He has like 5 goals in the past 3 games. And it's on the right wing position. He literally just came back from injury. He can carry the ball. He can receive the ball. He can shoot. He is an all-around amazing right winger. And his release clause was, I believe, $35 million in the summer, and I think that's now 55, 65. If we had spent that Brennan Johnson money on a more talented winger, do you think we would have better success now? Where are you at with Brennan Johnson?
I'm patient with him. I think we were so fortunate that, this is something I don't think I've ever seen at Tottenham or many other clubs, where when Vicario, Maddison, and Van der Ven just slotted in straight away and started humming. That kind of makes you forget that a lot of the time players need a bit of time to get bedded in and used to the thing. I remember in the 80s, there was a player, Chris Waddle, who we bought from Newcastle as a youngster, fairly young anyway. And it took a few months for him to get going. It really did. But you could kind of see glimmers of why we bought him. But after a few months, he was just an amazing player. So I'm lenient on Brennan Johnson at the moment. I'm quite happy to give him more time. I like his pace. It's just when he used his pace, he's great. But then his decision making at the end has got to be finessed. And I think once he gets that right, he could be very good. So I'm still, jury's out on him at the moment. I'm hopeful.
Yeah, I do hear the argument. They say, how old is he? I think he's 20.
Something like that, isn't he?
I mean, I hear the defense of him, but when I was watching him last match specifically, I was just very frustrated. Him and Kulusevski made me so mad. Pretty much the entirety of the match, I'll say. Didn't like it. But then nothing changed. And so I'm like, until it was like almost too late, effectively. So I do, and this is the guy that we could effectively say for sure 100% is an Ange Postecoglou signing.
Absolutely, yeah.
He came out and said this is exactly the profile of man, the profile of player. He's can play on the right, the left, and you know something interesting that I think we're doing. This is a perfect segue into the news I do want to talk about before we do the predictions. Is who we are linked with now. Something we have been doing is acquiring players who can play multiple positions.
Brilliant.
And if you look at the teams like Manchester City, they've got a lot of players that can play multiple positions, especially when you look at the back line specifically, and then like their midfield and their sixes. So we have Mickey Van de Ven. He can play a left back. He can play left-sided center back of a back too. And really, in both instances, you're going to be mostly utilizing his pace. Now, by bringing a guy like RADU DRAGUSIN, Todibo, whoever, I don't think it's going to be hard to convince them to come here because it's not like they're going to struggle for playing time, especially if we do get some form of European football next year. We're going to compete in 4 different competitions. And right now we have just one, the Premier League and eventually the FA Cup, and he's coming out saying our players are too tired to play these tactics.
Right.
So if Postecoglou's saying that, like clearly we need a complete 24-man roster in order to even do the Premier League, which is the basic. And if we did get into Europe with just like a handful of these players, I don't think that they can last. So I think he's also guys who are starters, starting level caliber players.
I think he's protecting the players a bit by saying that as well, though. So, you know,
elaborate on that if you don't mind.
Well, so the match has just finished. We've been thumped. Then he's fronting the cameras 5 minutes later. What does he do? Does he say, you know, be very ultra critical, you know, and he's still processing the game, or does he just, you know, kind of deflect a little bit, say we were tired, we were leggy, that kind of thing? I just thought the players, some of the players, they just couldn't, they can't play this way. They just can't play it, those ones. But I think you're right. You know, I think Tottenham will be an attractive proposal for any prospective player out there, because we're playing exciting football. There's a nice vibe about the place. We're going places. And the way we play, I mean, there's truth in what you say there. The way we play high intensity, then you know the full squad of 25, they're going to get their chances. They really are. And I'd like to have a squad of 25 first teamers that are all competing with each other and training to try and grab places, and not just have a bolted on first 11 all the time.
Yeah, because some of the discourse you'll see on Twitter when rumors are going, oh, he's a starting level caliber player, who is he going to replace? It's not about replacing, it's about supplementing, I think. It's about reinforcing, it's about fortifying. And when you get a guy like a Dragusin, I don't watch Genoa, Paul, but by all accounts, I look at him and I watch, you know, when we're linked heavily with a player like this, the agent's coming out saying a lot of enticing words to us. Look, it's looking very much, we have open discussions. We are trying to get it done ASAP. And I like this. Paul, when I've discussed all season with you on camera saying, well, they say, why do you think that this is any different than before, Jacob? We still have the same owners. It's still the same fuckers in charge. And I always said, because I just felt it is different. And if we get a signing the first week of January, and we need him January 1st in the door, doing the physical, so he can potentially help us ASAP, like Mickey Van de Ven.
Like Mickey Van de Ven, man.
Boom, get in there,
incredible.
Sir. Just fucking go.
Came off the fucking plane, right? You're on, son.
If we are now trying to contend and actually do something with what we're looking like we're building, which is this quote that I have pulled up that I will read in a second, I think it is if we do, again, the proof is in the pudding. I don't want to speak about it until it really, really happens, until I see him holding up the lily white shirt. But these types of rumors normally are happening throughout January. These wingers, the strikers, the center backs, the midfielders that we've been linked with, all that stuff usually happens all throughout January, and then we sign one guy at the very end or two guys at the very end you never heard of that we were not even linked with, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what. But this is all happening in December. In December we're celebrating Destiny Udogi Day. In December we're talking about getting a Dragusin. We're linked with Todibo. We're talking to Nice, but then Nice is now looking like it's not going to happen because they don't want to really. They're not in a hurry to sell him. Like I kind of mentioned before, they're second in league. League. They're second in league. So if they're second, why would they sell their best fucking defender in January? Surely they want to say maybe we could push for a title in league.
I guess it's how much you want to pay, isn't it? I mean, I'm sure if you pay over the odds, you'll get him. But then, do you really want to do that? But I mean, all the speculation and signs seem to be positive. But things are different at Tottenham, and you know, because I think Ange has got the right personality type to get what he wants out of the club. And I think that's been a long time. I don't think Poch had the balls to do it. I think Jose and Conte were both too abrasive, and also wanted, you know, $200 million defenders out the box, you know, whereas Ange is a bit more savvy. And it's clear that he's got the every fan that goes to the games, they're the important ones now. When you hear the atmosphere at home and away games, it's very clear to everyone at Tottenham that the fans believe in what's going on. And so you've got to do what this guy says now, because if you don't, I mean, I'll be absolutely fuming for one thing, you know, and a lot of those people will be very disappointed. So, you know, they've got to do it. They've got to do it.
Yeah. And you know what I find interesting is, you know, big up Patty Hartnett says, just popping in to wish you a happy new year, guys. Have a great one. Big up Patty Hartnett. Hope you're doing well. Big up Daniel Sandoval as well. Let me keep going on here. Happy New Year, all. Airport in Cancun calling now. Big up Andres. Big up Andres. Hey, I appreciate you coming in here, and you know what? Sharing your opinion, asking your questions. That's what it's about. Dialogue, conversation. And let's, you know, I think he feels a little bit differently than you do, Paul, about the match versus Brighton. But hey, we all want what's best for the club, and that's what makes it so beautiful. So big up Andres. Have a safe travel to Cancun. Enjoy that, my friend. But look, hey, Gabriel, how you doing? I'm going to read this quote here from Ange Postecoglou. Says, quote, I've loved my first 6 months as head coach of this fantastic football club. We are still, I'm going to highlight that, we are still very much in the early stages of our journey. We have been moving in the right direction in terms of the squad, style of play, results, and hopefully you are enjoying the team we are becoming. We are becoming. Not yet made, but we will soon be. And as I've always said, alongside with Paul, alongside with Kuva, we always said, give this guy windows, give him time, give him who he wants. And again, you got to hope that we've had a massive shakeup in the front office from the coordination of how it gets to Daniel Levy to get this fucking player, right? There's Johan Lange, there's Scott Munn. Ange Postecoglou says, I am the one who says if I want them or not.
Yep.
So when you have this sort of foundation starting to build, you have to give it time to work, right? It's like starting a business. The first 4-6 months is all loss, no profit, because you're putting into it. And we're going through right now that loss where we're not seeing profits. We're looking at the squad and we're saying, why is it wrong on this level, this level, this level? But we forget where we were in the summer when it was like, okay, the window's closed. We didn't get the center backs that we needed. We didn't get all these positions that we needed. But Ainge said, look, it's fine. It's going to take time. This isn't something that happens overnight. And I said, I subscribe to that. I'm going to trust in the fact of that being correct. And I lend myself to believing that that's what's going to happen. And so if we get Dragusin in the first week of the window, I mean, if we better. I want us to so bad. I mean, who am I to threaten Tottenham Hotspur if they
What are
don't
you
sign
going
a
to do,
fucking
son? What are you going to do?
I'm
going
gonna
to stop my channel. Oh, shit. Get him in.
Yeah.
Get him in. Fuck.
Big up Mountain Bush. Oh, Jacob's going to stop his channel. Mountain Bushman, big up Jacob Paul and Ainge for world president.
Absolutely.
I'll take it. Absolutely.
When the aliens come down, who do you want them to meet?
G'day, mate.
Ange.
G'day, mate. What do you think about that? Is that pretty good?
That's not bad, man.
G'day, mate.
G'day, mate.
Oh, wait, that wasn't a cough. Damn it. Sorry, excuse me. Very uncouth. Luca, good day. Big up Luca 14 every single time. Happy New Year's. New signing first 3 days is expression of intent.
Yeah.
Big up Totspurs, 108 there's 116 people watching right now. There's been over 100 for about 25 minutes so far.
Wow.
How are we only on 59 likes? Do y'all do that on purpose? Because you can. You don't have to hit a like. I definitely would recommend you do. I see 64 likes. I just refreshed. Almost 120 of y'all here. We have 102 votes in the poll. So Shirley, but don't call me Shirley. We can get to 100 likes on the video as soon as possible. Big up Todd Spurs. Appreciate you reminding everyone. It's absolutely free. It is absolutely free to hit that like. Costs you nothing.
But we are building. The way I think of it is, you know, that first 10 games of the season, we had moments of being absolutely fantastic. Now, with a couple of transfer windows, that's what we're going to become all the time. Even better than that. You know, without those players, when we got the same old shitty players on the pitch, we're going to be shit. That's the way it is. So until they're out of the door and we refresh them, this is what we're going to fall back on. But when we we get a Dragussin, a couple of other players, then we're going to be able to swallow up injuries. We're going to be swallowing up the odd suspension here and there. And we'll be able to be more consistently good. But at the moment, we can't do that because at some stage we've got to play Emerson Royale and Ben Davies and Højbjerg and Skip. And it just does my head in because you don't know what you're going to get.
You do know what you're going to get.
Was a toss of a coin. They might put a shift in, or they might be rubbish.
Well, technically, every game that Pierre-Emile Højbjerg has started, we have lost.
There you go.
So I think with Højbjerg, I feel pretty confident that when they flip the coin, I know whether it's going to be heads or tails with Højbjerg. If he starts, we lose. That seems to be the motto there. But again, Giovanni Lo Celso, when he started, we weren't necessarily winning games either. Look, we just went over an hour on the stream. Make sure you are hitting a like.
I'm done with Lo Celso, man, because, been at the club 4 years. I don't even care if he turns it on now. It's too late, man. Too late.
Too late.
I hear people say, we need more creativity. We should put Lo Celso on. It's like, what? No. Creativity. You look at Maddison, right? That's creativity. That Lo Celso can't do that.
Lo Celso.
Are you warming to Lo Celso? Am I sensing a thaw in your?
No, but I know where we're at and when everyone leaves, we're going to need someone to try and play well versus Burnley in the FA Cup. Because I want to make an FA Cup run. I don't give a damn if we have 12, 40, 30 people missing. I want to make a run in the FA Cup, but I think this is going to be a match where definitely they're going to go at us. I don't want the first time these kids touch the pitch to be that FA Cup because that is do or die again. That's not what I want to see. So what I want to see, this is again what I want to see. It's solely that, not what fucking Ainge should do. I'm not trying to be like, oh, this is what Ainge should do, the motherfucker naive bastard. You should listen to Jacob. Listen to Jacob, all steers to success. No, that's not what I'm saying, Paul. But what I am saying is...
I didn't say you were. Fuck's sake, don't point your finger
Paul.
at me.
I'm going to get you, Paul. I'm going to get you. But before I do that, big up Luca14 with the 10-pound dono. Says, Happy New Year, Jacob, to you and your fam. Keep on pumping out those immaculate vibes in 2024. Come on, you Spurs. Hey, big up. Appreciate that, my friend. Thank you so much for the dono to the channel. I appreciate you. Everyone else, shout you out at the end for your financial donations. Again, you don't have to do the financial thing. You can just hit a like, hit a subscribe. Share this video with your mother, your brother, your cousin, your sister, your auntie, and your uncle, potentially your neighbor, your mailman. I don't know if people have milkmen anymore, but if you got them, then share the video with them, because what's going to happen then is YouTube's going to say, oh, thank you so much, Jacob. We love you now. And we're going to push this video to more people and we'll help your channel grow. But big up Luca doing the financial bit to help the channel grow. And I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. But Lo Celso. What a fun segue, right? Just love. Make sure you are subscribed to the Hotspur Hippie as well. It is in the description of this video.
Oh, thank you. Hello.
Make sure you go subscribe. He's on the road to 3K. He won't say it, but I'll say
it's
it.
a slow fucking road at the moment, man.
Hey, sometimes roads, you know, hey.
I've just pulled over into a lay-by. I'm having a wee-wee behind a tree. I'm about to hit the road again. Lo Celso.
You know what? Fuck it. I don't want to talk about Lo Celso. I didn't actually have talking
enough.
about Lo Celso on the books. But I think I start Lo Celso and some kids. I want to see some kids start versus Bournemouth personally. But we're not talking about Bournemouth just yet. But in regards to Conor Gallagher, now the guy named Gianluca Di Marzio tweeted that we are in talks with Chelsea for acquiring Conor Gallagher for the relatively around 40 million. And Paul O'Keefe this morning says Gallagher, no talks as of this afternoon. Yeah, and they were asking, saying Dragusin, they are talking, likely to move on to a winger soon. So from Paul O'Keefe's sources, Gallagher is not really happening. Dragusin is in the works, and we're potentially moving on to a winger next.
Wasn't this the guy that said, "Oh, it's going to be an exciting week for Spurs"? Like in the last
he said
window.
A big cleansing or something like that.
And then fuck all happened.
Hey, big up a Clockwork Cherry. We have a Bournemouth fan in the house. Hey, big up.
Oh, hello.
Says we are in decent form. You are in great form at the moment. Not decent. Decent is an understatement. Clockwork Cherry says we are in decent form at the moment. 6 wins and 1 draw. But us coming to Spurs, it's a difficult game. Look, I think they're going to want to win it for the boy Hugo Lloris, but Clockwork Cherry, what I would say is this: big up for being here. I appreciate that, because I always appreciate a perspective of someone who's more knowledgeable about Bournemouth than I am. But shout out Michael B. Jordan as well. I know he's a part owner, but look, I think you're in fantastic form. Lossless, undefeated is what I should say. Undefeated in their last 7 Premier League matches. 6 of those wins. Not like 4-3, 5-2, 6-1. 1 draw, 6 wins. Are you concerned? Are you concerned with the form? Because me, I feel like Dr. Tottenham will bless you and will curse you at the same time. Like I said earlier in the show, doesn't matter if you're in fantastic form, we'll take you off it. Doesn't matter if you're in bad form, we'll help you, lift you up out of the mud. Shout out Brighton, you dirty fucking seagulls. But big up Howie Eyes. Says, Happy New Year's, gents. We do this rumor shit every window, means nothing till we hear from Fabrizio. Howie, but we have heard from Fabrizio. Fabrizio has talked about Dragusin. Wait, that's his agent's quote. Hang on.
Well, we need to do something about our homegrown quota as well, though, don't we? We can't just keep. We've got to buy some local players.
Well, Hugo's an international, so him leaving will be all right. He leaves, we bring in another international.
Yep.
Højbjerg leaves, that's an international.
Okay.
Sessegnon hasn't left the physio room. I heard he has a bunk bed there. I'm trying to think. Alfie Whiteman's also hurt. He ain't going nowhere. Dane Scarlett has returned, so that's another 1. So we're technically up 1. We can get rid of Eric Dyer. Well, he doesn't even count. But
no, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
Yeah,
what a shitstorm! He
doesn't do anything.
Doesn't help. The roster doesn't help anything. But we are going to be offloading some big wages in Hugo Lloris in January.
Perfect. Yeah.
And that's going to open up a little bit of the loosen the pants, so to speak, you know? Yeah. Big up, how I appreciate the donation to the channel, my friend. Happy New Year to you. Hope you have a fantastic time. It is, okay, that's Canadian dollars. I don't know why I thought you were in Australia. But big up, over 120 of y'all in the house. Make sure you are hitting a like one time. Make sure you do subscribe to the Hotspur Hippie. The link will open you to a new page. You don't have to go anywhere. You can still listen to the sultry sounds of Paul.
Thank you.
Yeah. A big up to Hotspurs every single time. A Clockwork Cherry says, my main concern in the Spurs team is the front line of Son, Richarlison, etc., etc. If we keep them quiet, then we have a chance. Didn't mention Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson not instilling fear into the eyes of the opponents. Do you think Son will have a bounce back game? I was pretty upset with Son. He wasn't our worst attacker versus Brighton, but he wasn't good.
Oh,
he got an assist, but he wasn't good enough.
I thought Son was all right. I thought the problem was the defence and the midfield. I thought the front three at least were trying to get the ball. I like Son. I think Son will bounce back. He's having a good year. He's a good player. He tried. I think Richarlison's hitting a bit of form. He was a bit unlucky against Brighton. And we'll see if, Johnson's on his progression, isn't he? But we'll find a way to put some fear into you.
All right. Big up Kuva99 says, big up Jacob and Paul. 1-3 win tomorrow based purely on Venom's shirt number. Sonny is overdue a hat trick. I like that, Kuva. That's a very beautiful prediction because what it does is it shows that Sonny, yes, he does respond to the drop in performance, you know. But we'll see. We'll move. Jazz Fusion says, Johnson's weak sauce. Ryan Gloria says, Son thinking about Asia Cup. I don't think so. I think he's a true professional. I think he can prioritize when the time is right. But trust me, there was the conversation, Paul, going around, at this time, how dare he leave for Korea games?
Who's saying that? Are people seriously saying that?
People have said that, yes.
Oh, get out of it. Get out of it. He's playing for his country.
And that's the thing. That means a lot to people. This is the biggest tournament in Asia, right?
Of course it is. Yeah. It's like it's the Euros.
It's
one
the
step
Euros
down from the World Cup. And I know it's over Africa, the other side of the world, Europe, but it's still important to these guys, you know.
Yeah. So to me, to tell even if it's for a fucking friendly or just for dinner, to tell a man what he should or shouldn't do for his national team, regardless what they ask him to do, whether it be military service, which he did do. He left us to go do that as well. He is a guy committed to his country. And all I can do is respect that. Yeah. And I think for fans turning on him, being so upset that he's going to go and serve his nation, you can hold that L respectively because you're a wrongin'. In the words of Hassam, you're a donkey.
You can, like most footballers that have reached the top level, and you ask them about their proudest moment, and it will be country related. That's what it comes down to, because that is the tippity top for what you can achieve as a player, playing for your country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Big up, Son. Love him every single time. But back to, just so we can move on from it and then start doing predictions. RADU Draguson's agent on his client's future. And I saw a very long quote. This guy's a PR machine. This agent that he has, Florin Mania, he's one of those churning and burning guys. Because it was like a long paragraph of this guy just being like, yeah, I've been talking to him, told him he said he wants to be the best center back in the world. He said, I'm going to be the best center back you ever seen in the world. And I told him, you got to work hard every day at that, son, and then you'll get there. This guy, I'm like, bro, I get it.
Mr. 15%.
Yeah, he's like, bro, of course he's the best in the world because I get 15% of whatever you fucking sell him for. So he's trying to drive up the price. But he goes on to say, in my opinion, if he, RADU Dragusin, leaves Genoa, he has to do it for a very important team. I'm talking about one of the 5 to 6 tops in Premier League. The tops in Italy, like Inter or Milan. I give these names as examples, not to say that they were interested. They are very strong teams that we would like if they were interested in him. We would like it if they were. The top 6 Premier League teams and the 2 best Italy teams, we would like it if they were interested in him. Let's see now he thinks about working. If the right opportunity doesn't arrive in January, then we are going to renew with Genoa. So this manager really playing both sides here.
Shut the fuck up, Leach. You're a fucking parasite, mate. Fuck off. He's an agent.
Hey, Biscuit Chicken says Radu has the same agent as Vicario. And interesting enough, Radu Dragushin was on Juventus with Kulusevski and Bentancur.
Oh, there's a web of connections there. You've got the pins up on the wall with threads going between them, and
yeah, again, you should look at the dartboard I got over here with all.
Oh, I can see it. It's over there.
Oh yeah, that's right, because you're in the studio as well with me here in United Spurs of America. I believe Dragushin was at Juventus for a while, so it could be a Paratici, maybe. That's kind of my thought process was when I saw a picture of them 3. And now all of a sudden, they're linked with us. Is Paratici working in the shadows? Or in the bathroom stalls of a courtroom?
Or in a Holiday Inn where he did his last video. Hello.
I'm checking in on the road. Yes, I am on the run. Not from the law, just on the run. Don't worry about me.
Open up, Fabio.
Housekeeping? No, that ain't housekeeping. That's the FBI.
As a trolley comes in and fucking agents jump out.
Davo says Levy will tear that agent a new one. that agent think he playing here with the big boys. Just wait till you find out.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
But yeah, so this guy, I'm reading some of the stuff coming out from this dude's agent. This guy is working hard for that 10%. I ain't heard no one's agent speaking like this man. So hey, big up to that guy. He does have a man bun, so some people are like, very cool. But look, this is the thing that I was referencing earlier from Gianluca Di Marzio. Says Tottenham are in talks with Chelsea trying to reach an agreement for Conor Gallagher's move to Tottenham. We've kind of talked about Conor Gallagher. Have you seen enough of Conor Gallagher to say I think he could do something or not? What do you think?
Not really. I don't know. But if Ange wants him, you know, he's a homegrown player, isn't he? So I mean, that's handy. I've got no real problem with signing players from Chelsea. I think some fans, oh no, Chelsea, blah blah blah. But I don't care about that. Don't care where a player comes from, apart from Arsenal maybe. But yeah, I mean, it'd be good. Yeah, I mean, it'll weaken Chelsea, which is good.
I mean, he is really their best player this season. So anything to weaken Chelsea, yeah, I'm cool with that as well. Let me see here. Let's see what else I have here. Do you want to listen to some of Hugo's quotes? Or should we just move on because he's gone? Maybe we just move on.
He's gone, man.
Maybe we just move on. Big up Adrian Chia says, big up Mr. J. What's with the scuba suit to stay wet? This isn't the scuba suit. This is a... it's got the zipper, the quarter zip. Look at that. Quarter zip and everything. I didn't even pay for... Well, you did pay for that. You sent two currency. I don't know what SGD
Singapore?
is. Singapore. That might be it. But big up Adrian Chia. Always sponsoring those FIFA streams. Big up yourself right now. How you doing? Clockwork Cherry says, don't think Conor Gallagher is great, but under the right manager, he could be a gem. Look, he works hard. He does. I think he's just, if you put Skip and Højbjerg together and then you maybe sprinkled in a nice haircut, and then I think you get a Conor Gallagher.
Cool, that's not.
But is that really what we want?
This is very high praise. What is that? What we're getting? Is it?
Well, I mean, he doesn't pass. Like looking at like the graphs and the fucking stats, however they amalgamate this information, I don't know. But looking at that shit, Højbjerg's better at ping passes, progressive passes, and everything else. They're basically the same. So it's almost like we're getting a worse version of Højbjerg. I was trying to build it up in case it does happen. Conor Gallagher will be worse than Johnson, 50 mil. Honestly, I don't want to give Chelsea a bunch of money either for some guy that's not even that great. Yes, he would be better than some of the options we have, sure. But is he the guy we need to be dropping a bag on? Because I'm not really happy we spent 50 on Brennan Johnson when we could have got Moussa Diaby or Mohamed Kudus for the same price. And I like those players. Look at the way Mohamed Kudus tears up defense when he has the ball at his feet, when he drives at that back line, when he runs in behind, when he overlaps. Mohamed Kudus is a hell of a player. He can play right wing central. He can play the 10. He can play left. But no, we spent 50 on Brennan Johnson. And I hope it works, man. I don't want to like write the book off on the guy, but I'm just looking at the options for the same price. We could have gotten someone that is a ball carrying winger, a dangerous threat pace-wise like Brennan Johnson, but is actually clinical in the final third. I don't know. Maybe I'm being nitpicky. And yes, Maupin, Sarr will be a homegrown next year, so he'll count as an English player. That's very nice. Jacob is a fraud and plays 3 of the back Conte ball at FIFA. That's not true. That's not true. Yeah, wow. I'm getting called out for my FIFA tactics, huh? The tactics change based on how many human players we have. So, yeah, there you go. He scored at Palace. Yeah, Gallagher, I did like him as a player at Palace, but again, I don't know. Kudus seems like a sound dude too. A West Ham fan traveled to Africa to watch him play for Ghana, and he gave him his match shirt. Wow. Very nice. Yeah, he is an absolute baller. If you remember, if you watched the show long enough, you would have seen me complaining. I think Ash Maddock was on with me, and he at one point during the show was like, Jacob, you have to get over it. Mohamed Kudus has signed with West Ham. And it was just heartbreaking because I really wanted. I watched the Eredivisie. I wanted that guy, but hey, that's Mohamed Kudus looks so good, and he's so much better of a product than Brennan Johnson is right now. And he's only a couple years older, so it's still youthful, right? I like that he's not scared to shoot.
A couple of years, then.
Is that what we're saying?
No, a few more. Look, he's been out with injury and stuff like that. You know, I'm patient with Brennan Johnson.
Do you think we might be able to see Skip go out as well? Maybe we get
I'd like it.
Hugo, Højbjerg, and Skip and Dyer all gone in January.
I'd love them all gone. All gone.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah,
that would be nice. Kudus so good. Yeah, that would be. Hugo Lloris on his farewell message to Tottenham Hotspur fan base says, "Thank you for your support since day one. It's been a great privilege to be one of your captains for many years. And I think it's the end of the chapter. You will be in my heart throughout my entire life. Spurs will always be a special place for me and my family." I like that. We're ending it on amicable terms, even though his last appearance, he technically did quit on us.
That's how he went out. So is he just going to come on and wave on the pitch? Is he? We're not going to give him 10 minutes or something? Oh, here we go.
Really sick this week. What was the problem?
I broke my back.
What do you mean by that?
My back is broken.
What point?
I broke my back. My back is broken.
A vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
That's literally me during that Newcastle game. I'm like, he hurt his back. What kind of injury is it?
Or what portion?
Spinal.
I love this clip. What a great... he broke his back, you know, and that's not how I'm going to remember him, you know. That's
Look, then the other thing about Hugo, he was part of that players committee that I think did so much damage for the last few years at Tottenham, and we're getting close to seeing all of that lot gone, and I think that's a great thing because those players had too much power. You know, they didn't like too much training, not enough training, and Daniel, the manager's not very good. They're all gone. They're nearly all gone. It's great.
We're almost there. We're almost there. These names we've been waiting to leave, they're almost. Imagine Mike Tyson on the wing. Oh wow. Are you hopping on Staffies? He's cussing out his own viewers after his watch along. Is that what he's doing right now? Hey, they had a tough day, man. They took a fat L. Nuno Espirito Santos says, "I'm gonna make you proud." And you know what? Some may say he didn't. Oh, I just clicked on his video. He's smiling. It may be one of those like laughing through the pain type of moments. I don't know. Big up, Staffy.
A fraudulent manager. Hey, is Ten Hag naive? Is he naive? I haven't heard him being called naive.
I have heard that, though. I have heard him say that. I've also heard it a lot worse. I've heard a lot worse from Eric Ten Hag as well. Did they say Pochettino was naive when he was with us?
No.
Did they say Pochettino was naive when he was at PSG or Chelsea?
Or Southampton? No.
Interesting. Has there been any fucking managers that they've ever named naive other than Ange Postecoglou?
I can't think of one.
Be interesting to find out. Yeah, he's hilarious. He just makes it worse. He makes it worse. They do that, and then they're like, well, what did you think about your decision to do that? He's like, I'd do it again, damn it. All right, then.
Look, we can't play football the way I want, so because these players, so we've got to change the way we play. You never imagine listening to that. Never do that.
Well, what are you talking about, Machiavelli? Who's xenophobic?
I think the maybe the naive comment.
Oh, it's xenophobic. They're calling him naive because he's Australian.
Yeah.
Oh, well, here we go. Callum Roche says they call company naive too.
Okay.
Neville's defending him.
Good. Well, I mean, who cares about Gary Neville, but, you know.
Big up, BB. Says you're right about something. Bielsa was called naive every week. Clear xenophobia.
Okay.
Yeah, I do remember Bielsa getting called naive. Thank you. I appreciate everyone. Emery's high line isn't called naive. They call it brave and tactically savvy. Well, it does get results. They have forced oppositions to have the most offsides out of anyone else in the league, I believe. So there's that.
And they're a bunch of thugs.
Side Dancer says, watching Dermot, he said that Tottenham have triggered the buyout for Serhou Guirassy from Stuttgart. 2 top goal scorer. What? Let me see if there's anything going on there. I don't see anything. I don't know. I haven't seen anything on that, Side Dancer. I can't say I've seen anything. Yeah, Bielsa was abused. Yeah, but you know what they're also calling Ainge? The Australian Bielsa. So they're calling him naive. They're also calling him the Australian Bielsa. So they're lumping them together. When we were winless in 5, I think it was. They then were saying, "Oh, he's just an Australian Bielsa." I find that.
Well, when we were playing a whole team of rejects. The only reason that they're playing is because our 10, 11, 12 players out at one point. Like I say, you can't turn shit into shinola.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, big up Chang. My buddy Chang says, Happy New Year's Eve from Southeast Asia to all the viewers, regulars, and members of United Spurs of America. Here's to a glorious 2024 and many more Ainge Ball wins. Hopefully silverware too. Big up Chang. Good to see you here. Good to see you as well. Usually over there on Talking Ball as well. So good to see you making more appearances into the YouTube stratosphere. That's very nice. They used to call Ozzy Ardiles naive when he played Samba football.
Oh, did they? That's possible.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, he was good though. He's my favourite all-time favourite Spurs player, Aussie.
Guirassy going to African Cup of Nations with Guinea. He won't leave in January. Fair enough. I don't know if that. I just heard about that rumor today, just like literally live on this moment. So, Sedate, big up. Unfortunately, we can't sell Skip. Home quota has causing us problems. Hence, Johnson signing and Gallagher links. Very sad. But we're getting Dane Scarlett back. He's a homegrown.
Yay!
Yay!
Welcome home, Dane.
Welcome home, Dane. Welcome home, Dane. They'd prefer Southgate. Hey, big up. Bob Down Under gifting 5 United Spurs of America memberships. Big up. Let's see who got those membos from Bob Down Under. Machiavelli was gifted a membership. Chang was gifted a membership. Get in. Mark Cook, Foxy, and George. Dubs in the chat for Bob Down Under. Big up, Bob. Always supporting the channel, my friend. I appreciate you. Appreciate you doing that very, very much. And those of you who got gifted membos from Bob, say dubs, Bob, or thank you, Bob. Both of those work. Faz Radfar 3-1 Spurs with the 199-pound dono says Dragusin, Jota, Gallagher, a good window. Big up. I want that winger we were first linked with, that Paratici. I think as soon as he got out of prison, he went and flew and he went to watch at Club Bruges, and that's Antonio Nusa. I like this Nusa kid. The more I've been watching him, I've been tracking him. Also, another winger we were linked with plays for Sassuolo, Armand Loriente. We were linked with him after we were monitoring, or whatever they like to say, you know. But those two wingers, I don't know. I haven't seen enough about Jota that shows me like he is gonna make me moistening in the. You know what I mean? Like I think he's a good player.
I'm a bit the same because I watched him play a lot for Celtic.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was good, but there's something I can't quite put my finger on that I'm not convinced. It might just be his haircut or something stupid like that. But he did do a really good job for Celtic. But I don't know, man. I don't know. But look, whoever Ange wants, I'm fine with it, man. I don't care. What do I know? I mean, you're mentioning loads of players I've not bloody heard of. Who Belgium?
Well, some of them. Yeah, Club Bruges. I don't even know if that's how you say the damn name, but it's Club Bruges.
At least it's not League.
League. I don't know what they call the Belgian league. Man. But big up Faz Radfar. I'll take Dragusin. I'll take Antonio Nusa. And then maybe we get another mid that I ain't thinking of. Because, look, I want players that can play different positions. I want to do that. I want to have options. Because think about it. If we have a pacey winger, if there's Mohamed Salah, maybe we want Mickey Van de Ven as a left back. And then we want Dragusin as the left-sided center back next to Romero. Really lock it down there, but have Mickey Van de Ven chasing up and down. And then put Udogie like in the midfield or even at the left wing. Because he loves getting up. You put him in that left wing position, I think you can get a lot of goals and assists out of the guy. He's gotten assists when he shouldn't have, and he scored goals because he got into dangerous positions and Son found him. So scored a goal, excuse me. But yeah, I think I like players that present us a lot of options. But those are a few people that I've been monitoring. Antonio Nusa, and the guy from Sassuolo, who Armando Loriente or something like that. Something like that, Armando. But big up, everybody. Bob Dununder says, thanks, Jacob, for many hours of entertainment in 2023 and talking to us nicely. Hey, I talk to you nicely every single time. That's all I ask in return. And then I also ask for likes and comments and, you know, just chatting with me. But I see 102 likes. There's still over 120 of y'all here. We've gone on around 130. So big up everybody who is tapping in live for a little bit of preview, which we are going to move on to now that we've discussed all those rumors.
May I just digress for 1 second?
Of course.
The iridescent logo on the Spurs tops. How's yours holding up? Is it still iridescent? Because mine after a few washes is distinctively iridescent. And I heard on the grapevine that it's supposed to be hand wash only, which I think is a joke for a football top.
It says hand wash. I've never
That's
seen
what
a
I
shirt
told.
that says hand wash only.
Shamu was telling me hand wash only and all that, but yeah, so my badge is turning blue, which is what I kind of like anyway, but not happy with that quality. Anyway, sorry, we're talking about
no
now.
worries. I like. I'm sorry that your iridescent logo has let you down. Zedai says hippie's background tripped me out when I first joined. Hey, he's in the studio. Look, I'm gonna hand you this glass of water.
Hang on.
Other side.
Thank you.
Look at that. That is production quality. That's what you get here at United Spurs of America. That's what you get at the Hotspur Hippie. Make sure you are subscribed to both. Make sure you are liking. Did you know now there's like 57% people who view the content aren't even subscribed to the channel? I just looked at
viewing.
When we were looking through the analytics yesterday with our scavenging, Paul. I said scavenging on purpose. I found.
What did you find there, Jacob?
I found that 57% of viewers aren't even subscribed to United Spurs of America. So come on and do your call of booty here on the channel. Hit the subscribe and a like. We did get a couple subscribers throughout the show, so appreciate that. Appreciate those of you subscribing. Keep on subscribing. Whoa, my chat just updated and I'm super behind. New son Bob. I like me that Noosa kid. Big up Chang, this super chat for Bob Down Under, spreading the love. Big up Chang, my friend, hitting us with the super chat today. Thank you so much, Chang. Always supporting the channel financially. You don't have to do it, my friend, but big up every single time. Paul, my away shirt logo went black. Sent it back. Was elite shirt 120. So even the ones direct from the store are not even good enough. Wow. Wow. Wow, indeedy. Well, let's do it. Let's do it, Paul. I think it's time. Hey, big up. 2 people just subscribed.
I've actually just lost a subscriber since I've come on here. So, you know, thanks for that, Jacob. It's always a success coming on here.
Big up, Paul. Down. 1, 2, 3. Come on down. You just lose some subs.
Yeah.
Come do another show. This is why you stop coming around. I guess you lose subs when you join the show.
Well,
it's crazy.
You know,
big up, Paul.
Sometimes it's worth the cost and sometimes it's not. I can only take so much bleeding, man.
Well, speaking of only take so much, it's time to take so much of this lineup. Oh, man, where's the damn... Well, yeah, you see that? I did that, but then I wasn't even sharing my screen at this time, so very smooth indeed. Here's the lineup. It is time. Let's build our squad, shall we, Paul? It'll be easy for some of these.
Lineup. Okay.
Yeah, let's
do it. We're going to do this. Let's have some
fun, already
eh?
know we got the best goalkeeper in the league, so go ahead and just put Vicario right in there. He's the best goalkeeper in the league. Don't at me. I'm saying Pedro Porro.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave a couple blanks. Well, Ben Davies at the left-sided center back. Are we?
Fucking hell.
All right, let's just keep going. We've got Destiny. We've got Son. We've got Richarlison. Brennan Johnson's, I'm going to say he's going to start as well. I'm going to say Sarr. We're getting to a point. Oh, that's not the right guy. That was Sarr from Marseille. We're getting to a point, Paul, where now when I'm looking at this lineup, there's a lot of unexpecteds here. What are we going to do?
There's a slight hole there, isn't there?
Sarr suspended?
What?
I don't think he is. I think it's only Kulusevski. And Basuma, obviously. But it's Kulusevski, I know he's going to be missing. But no, I don't think he's suspended. Vicario's not good on pins. How many pins has got? I mean, what is he? I mean, I know he hasn't saved any, but you know, maybe he will.
Yeah, get rid of him. Fuck him off. We need a keeper that can save penalties.
Jazz Fusion says, do we expect Bournemouth to try and play or sit back? I would say based on, I think I've seen like 2 games of Bournemouth this season. And it was, one of them was against another like mid-table side, and they were playing pretty open. I'm going to say, I think they're going to sit back, though. I think they're going to see us, the way that we play, and they're going to say, this is the perfect opportunity to just catch them on a break, catch them against the run of play, because we're obviously going to control the ball. I don't think Bournemouth will outpossess us. I'm just like, damn, I hope whoever
run up the middle, isn't it? Run up the middle.
Yeah, look at this. Just run right through that middle, because I don't know who's going to stop you. I'm going to say if Kulu's not starting, I think Giovanni Lo Celso is going to start. But Giovanni Lo Celso actually had a quote today talking about playing in the number 8 role. And I'm going to share that real quick.
Oh, well then, no. What? No. Because we're talking about, you know, on the one hand, we're talking about versatility, you know, versatile players, right? And I get tired of hearing this 6, 8, and 10 bullshit. It's just a midfielder or box to box. Midfielders have got to have the football savvy to know what they've got to do in a game, whether that's pull back, go up forward, take it on the half turn, dribble, one-touch passes. If Gio Lo Celso wants to be, I'm a number 8, then I'm done with him. Get out. Go. But I agree he's probably going to end up starting, so bollocks.
Ronnie says missing Skip, Lo Celso, Davies, Royale. Yikes. That doesn't sound like 4 players I necessarily want to put in the lineup. Mark Cook coming in with a Donnelly at the 10. This to me, again, I was saying it earlier a little bit, Paul. I don't want the first time Donnelly, Phillips, Dorrington, any of these kids start or get significant playing time. I don't want the first time for that to happen to be versus Burnley in the FA Cup. Burnley's bagging goals right now. They're starting to figure out how to score. And that, when we played them in the Premier League, was exactly what they could not do. But they're starting to figure it out how to do it at this level. I don't want to see, they're going to put everything into that match. I know that they will. So for me, I want to see some kids. I think Lo Celso is going to start. Yeah. Should we put fucking Lo Celso or just Giovanni Lo Celso? Which one?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. F Lo Celso.
F Lo Celso, yeah. Get these kids out of here, please. Just hoping our attack can be more clinical. Johnson's crossing last week was uninspiring. I would say everything Johnson really did was uninspiring. Lo Celso says he enjoys playing at the 8, but likes playing 6, 8, or 10. Machiavelli says no to Donnelly, Phillips, and Dorrington. Howie's got Lo Celso, Hill, Davies, Phillips, and Van de Veen. Who's VDV? What? Van de Veen. Talking Beers got Vicario, Udogi, Phillips, Dorrington, Pedro Porro, Donnelly, Lo Celso, Sarr, Son, Valise, and Hill.
Wow.
A complete rotation.
That's a bit of a change, eh?
That's a big bit of a change. That other Lo Celso is his brother at Rosario. That's hilarious. Not very good. Well, his older brother's not very good either. Now you're getting pissy. Nobody in charge gives a what are you talking about? Maybe he's talking to someone in the chat.
I think there might be a little beef in the chat there.
Y'all beefing in the chat. Hey, y'all can keep beefing. I don't really care. Bob Down Under says, I'm going Royale left and Phillips on the right. Do it. And good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. There you go. I didn't want to play the full clip because you know what? I didn't want to rub it in. Actually, they did get the win today, I think. I think they were losing when I last saw, and I wanted to make fun of him, but then I think they ended up winning. My point was Van de Veen and Destiny went to the starting 11, did great. Yeah, very true. Big up Talking Beer. Hello, my son. My son has woken up from his nap. Hello, my beautiful little boy. I love it when he just squints and he's like trying to look at me. Hey there, boy. Paul, you're in the room. Wave.
Oh,
you're here. They're here. Keep waving.
Yeah. Hey.
Good. So you got to keep the continuity going. I'm seeing a lot of Skip. I'm seeing Skip starting. That's absolutely a worry. Look,
no.
What are we going to do? I'm saying Donnelly. Give me Jamie Don. He's not even in the database. Jamie. All right, well, we're going to use Jimmy. That's kind of close to Jamie. Or should we use Jamie Sione?
I do.
We got to use someone. I don't want Skip, so I'm going Jamie. Jamie. It's Jamie Donnelly, not Garrido. All right, now the problem here. Who are we starting in defense? I you know me. I'm saying Phillips and Dorrington.
Me too, man. Me too.
Yeah.
I'm fed up with Davies and Royale in there. Let's give them a go.
There's no Dorrington. Let's see. Who's got a Jose Dorrington. There's Dorrington. Jose Dorrington. Phillips is in the database, I think. Phillips is not in the database. Let me see if I do Ashley. There he is. Yeah, Ashley Phillips is there. Now, this is the next thing I want to get to. Real quick, A Clockwork Cherry is here saying, our last 3 games, from a Bournemouth perspective, they had 31% possession versus Man U 67% versus Forest 42%. Oh, wait. 31 versus Man U, 67 versus Forest, which we know how Forest plays. They're going to allow you all the possession you want, and then they're just going to be harmful and play dirty. Shout out number 2 of Nottingham 22, the fucking captain fouled Son like 5 times within 90 seconds, but hey, we move. 67 versus Forest, 42 versus Fulham. Look, if you had 31 versus Man U, I think it's going to be somewhere around that as well versus us. I think that's going to be the similar amount of possession. But look what they did do to Man U when Man U had all that possession. They put 4. 1 was ruled off, but 3 on them. They put 3 on them. I absolutely think Bournemouth is going to score. Little foreshadowing. Make sure you get your score predictions in as well. Who the fuck is Garrido? Hey, you know who he is. It's Jamie Donnelly Garrido. Jamie Donnelly Garrido. Jamie Donnelly Garrido. Can we play Phillips or Dorrington and put Royale as a right back and Porro as a 6? I don't see that happening. I think Pedro Porro has been mildly successful in what he's doing. No need to. The same thing could be said about Ben Davies, but I think this is it for me. I don't know that this is necessarily what's going to happen, but this is what I'm wanting to see some kids. And you know what? You know what I'm doing? I'm dropping Brennan Johnson. Uh-oh, there he goes. Where'd he go? Where'd Brennan Johnson go? Oh, where'd Richarlison go? Wow. Yeah.
The times they are changing.
Yeah. What if? Now hear me out. Valise gets his first Premier League start after getting his first Premier League goal.
Let's do it. Bang him in.
And then...
Don't put Brian Hill in there.
And then...
No. No, come on, man. Come on.
Iago Santiago.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. There is no Iago Santiago because obviously he's an academy player. Let me see if they got his first name. Iago. There he is. That's not him, but what do you think about that? I want to see the kids play before the FA Cup, because if he puts all the kids out there in the FA Cup and they lose, it's gonna be not fun. So Paul, this is my selection. Anything you want to change? Yeah, talking beer. Yeah, you already know what it was.
It's bold, isn't it?
Sometimes you got to be bold.
I just don't
Sometimes
like. Is there someone else we can put in for Lo Celso, man? Is there anyone apart from
Højbjerg or Skip? Højbjerg or Skip? That's what's gonna. That's what's gonna happen.
Dane Scarlett, is he back? Can we just?
Dane Scarlett? No, he's not technically back till January 1st. He's back, but we can't use him until January 1st. But this is my lineup. It's probably not going to be this. Full disclosure, it is probably not going to be what we line up with. But for me, you know what? What do we have to lose? The last two games, even though we did beat Everton, were not good. Now, from Everton to the Brighton, the fucking Seagulls, he did make 2 changes to that 11. So he did slightly change it, and we ended up losing. So to me, let's not slightly change it. Let's massively change it, and let's massively change the result. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. So that's going to be my lineup. Paul, again, anything you want to see changed? I mean, I know Lo Celso, but there's really no other option there.
What about giving Dyer a run out? Nah, money.
Where did Paul go? What about giving Eric Dyer a run out?
No. I mean, we're just in a tough place at the moment in that middle of the pitch, aren't we? That's the be all and end all.
I would say we're not in the greatest of places right now, for sure.
I mean, if we get spanked, it's all going to be Ange could have done this and Ange could have been doing that. I mean, look, though. Look at what we've got.
Yeah. And if we change anything, it doesn't really give us much more hope either. Look, y'all, it is time. I've started a few of them, but it is time in the show, before we end off here, hit us with your goal score and your goal scores and your predictions. That was a fucking horrible announcement of trying to get people to submit their score predictions and their goal scores. But look, we will run through the chat. But before I go to the chat, make sure you are getting those in. They look like this. Like this. Those are the 3 I have saved. So get your score predictions in. And who's scoring the goals? Clockwork Cherry, who's scoring the goals for you, my friend? Look, I need to know. I need to know. I see some tutus. I see some Desmonds. A lot of tutus. Tutus with a bunch of ballerinas. But Paul, I'm going to ask your score prediction first while everyone gets theirs in. And then I will go to theirs. And I will give mine before we say goodbye and our final thoughts. But Paul, how do you see this game shaking out? Who's scoring these goals for Tottenham Hotspur?
I'm going to go like opposite of what happened against Brighton. I'm going to go 4-2 to Spurs. Based on just because I'm a one-eyed Spurs fan. That's all I've got, man. Who's going to score? Well, if you're putting Valise in, we'll give him 2. And we'll give Donnelly 2 as well. How about that?
All right. Fuck it. I think Son would get one in there.
I'm not averse to change.
A little welcoming party. Yeah. Let's see what the chat are saying. A little 4-2 from Paul. I like that prediction. Got us winning this weekend. Ending the year off 1 point behind if we win and Arsenal lose, we're 1 point behind what I was told the title contenders are, what I was told the challengers are, the real challengers. Some people like Hassam from This Is Football, the absolute fraud, predicts Arsenal to win the league. And so I ask him, you predict Arsenal to win the league, yet we could possibly end the year, the calendar year off being 1 point behind them. They're 4 years, 700 million into their project. We are 6 months and 55 million into our project. And we could end the year 1 point behind them. 1 point behind them. And Paul, again, even if we end the year 4 points behind them, that is indicative of them being fucking shit. They are so bad. And people are making them out to be this so good. I think it's all up for grabs this year. Everyone looking like bro, West Ham has beaten every single Big Six club. They've packed everybody. But they're still not in the top, but they're packing it. Everyone can catch these hands is kind of the motto this season so far. But let me go to the chat and let's see what y'all are saying as far as the score predictions and goal scores. Make sure you are hitting a like on the video. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel and partaking in the poll as well. I see 115 likes. Big up everyone who is liking. There's still 130 of y'all here. 150 votes. 40 people, Paul, voted in the poll and did not like the video. I don't know why, but here we are. But here we are. Ronnie got Tottenham 6, Bournemouth 2, an 8-goal scoring thriller. Would love to see it. James Paratroopers got 6-0 Spurs. That's 2 6s in a row. Foxy Cleopatra. Not Foxy Cleopatra. I'm sorry. I don't know why I always see your name. I think Foxy Cleopatra. Sorry, my son's crying. But he's got a 2-2 or a 3-2 win for either side. Really sees it going either way. I can't say that that's the worst, but hey, we'll find out. Let's see. Sorry if you can hear my son screaming. I don't know what's going on out there. She's probably making him cry just so I will hurry this show up. No, she wouldn't do that. I'm just kidding.
Daddy,
Jacob, you called my roster both. I'm way behind in the chat. Hang on. I'm way behind in the chat. Whoa. 2-2 from a Clockwork Cherry. 2-2 from Min Chi. Mazda Man. That's a new name. Says Spurs 2-0 for Bournemouth. Richarlison, Kulu's not playing, my guy. Kulu's suspended, so he can't score.
Get with the program, man. They're not playing.
Yeah, Kulu's not playing. Richarlison might not start, at least not in my predicted 11. Solanke to get 1 or 2 from. I could see that. He's in good form. He's already totaled his entirety of last season's goals, so there we are. Talking beer. Hang on one second.
I suppose I should be talking, you don't like dead air on these things. Oh, he's back.
Oh, sorry.
I filled in, no one
marching over
noticed.
here. I hear him approaching. Go ahead.
Oh, right. Oh, shit. Okay, Ray Chrisley saying 3-1, 2 for Lo Celso. And 1 for Richie. Oh, my Lord. There's some interesting predictions here, man.
Let me run through these. Sorry about that, y'all. Bob Down Under says 3-1 Son, Richie, Lo Celso. All right. Hey, I'll take a 3-1. Machiavelli, 2-1 Spurs, Richard Arlison, and Breno. Breno to get the score. All right. Would love to see it. How about giving Eric Dyer a good run out of our club? Hey, that's the run out. I want to see Eric Dyer. Big up Davo, the double decker.
2 more days.
2 more days. Scott M, 3-2 Bournemouth win. Up the cherries. Solanke with 3, Son with 2. Sonny getting a brace, but he said up the cherries. I guess Scott's one of those. He's going to be eating cherries all through the midnight hours in Canada. Donovan Ostriker. I'm sorry, I just fucking totally butchered your last name there, Dono. But says 3-1 Son, Richie, Lo Celso, and Billing. Oh, Mr. Billing, that's a nice little player they got over there, Billing. Talking beer, Spurs by 90. All right. Hypnoise, 3-1. Richie, Johnson with 2. So I think they're saying Johnson because Jacob's doubting him. And I love it. I hope he does, because what happens, I doubt a player, then they do well, I'll take it. Lloyd, Kelly will play, says Ryan Gloria. That might be true. Hey, big up Derek Smith, says I'd like to see a win for Spurs. I think this is an important match. I do agree with that as well. Mappin's got 1-2. I don't see a win coming, to be honest. So predicting a loss there from Mappin. MG says Spurs 3-1, Richie, Lo Celso, Pedro Porro. You know, I'm surprised you didn't pick Pedro Porro to score a goal, Paul, because you started out the show by saying you had a gut feeling. No, the Cosmos was telling you that Pedro Porro would score.
Then you cause disturbance in my Cosmos.
Oh, I ruffle. Yeah.
You know.
That's like a... Yeah. Hey.
What happened last time we played Bournemouth at their ground, you know? It was supposed to be a tough game, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we're going to be playing them at our ground, so we should. And you know, Hugo Lloris, are we going to see him out with a win, or are we going to see him out with a loss? You know, what are we going to do? Daniel East is 3-1 Spurs. Love to see that. Tot Spurs 4-1 Spurs. Clinical finishing from Son, Richie Johnson, and Porro. Like that. Spreading the sugar, and why not? Callum Roach 2-3 getting our cherries popped. That's not a good prediction for Callum Roach, but hey, it's your prediction and you are entitled to it, my friend. Clockwork Cherry says Son's going to score for us. I think he will as well. Ronnie, Tottenham 6, Bournemouth 2. Son with a hat trick. Richie with a brace, and Pedro Porro. If this actually happens, Ronnie, bro, it will be such a great way to end the fucking New Year's. My post-match show for tomorrow's match will be on Monday. Again, I'm taking the day off tomorrow. It is my wife's birthday, so I told her I would not stream and I'd spend the whole day being a good husband. Yes. Yes, Paul. Exactly that. Moss Chops got 3-0 Spurs. Luca 14's got 0-0. Defenses look great, and we'll boss it. All right. I think we are beat if it's Royale and Davies as center back. Spurs 2-3 for Bournemouth. But don't worry, Mark Cook. We didn't predict that. We said Phillips and Dorrington. That's what we said. 3 points off top 2 at the end of the year. Talk to me nicely every single time. Ray Chrisley's got 3-1. 2 for Lo Celso, 1 for Richie. All right. Richo has changed his name to Offsidelison. That's I hope he can stay on side if he does play. Drula's got 3-1. Sonny Brace and Gio. Love to see that. 3-1. Oh, wait, you said it so nice. You had to say it twice. 3-1 from Drula. I like to see that. I'm at the grocery store right now. We'll buy some cherries to enjoy tomorrow during the game, says Scott. He's always enjoying them, so some cherries. Bournemouth won at Spurs last season, says Derek Smith. So we need to be a little careful, I guess. What was the score last season at Spurs? Yeah, I think it was like 3-2 or something.
That's good, because if we win, we gain 3 points on last year, don't we?
It was 4-3. I thought it was 3-2. It was 4-3. Didn't they win it in the 95th?
Yeah, it's horrible. 95th. Horrible.
Oh,
it was like the depths.
But you know what? I would say to any rival fan who's like, oh, well, what did the Cherries do to you last year? We ain't got Ange Postecoglou last year, all right? Mindset. It's all about mindset. Davo's got 1-6 to Spurs. Love to see that. Ball being counter says 3-2 for Tottenham Hotspur. Craig the Gecko Man 2-1 Spurs. Richie Brace. Who's news with the 3-0 Spurs by halftime? Ooh, love to see that. But does that mean we win? Because hopefully they don't score 4 and win that. But hey, we'll find out. Means it'll be 1 each. I'm shy at predictions. Look, mine, before we end off, I think it's going to be a response by the boys. Regardless who starts, I'm confident in the outcome. Because Ainge will say, no matter who plays today, the expectations of your role remain the same. So with that energy, with that mindset, I'm going to say we're going to go for it. I see us with at least 60% possession. If Manchester United can get 61% on them, yeah, I think Manchester United has some crazy amount. Give me the dub. I'm taking all 3 points. Yesterday, this week, after Brighton, I was like, no, we'll probably draw to the Cherries. That's probably the best way. Fuck that. We're less than 24 hours to kick off. I'm feeling the dub. They may clip it. They may not. We're here on 2 hours. Make sure you are hitting a like and subscribe on the channel. But I'm saying a 3-2 win. I think it's going to be very dicey, very testy, back and forth, like I always predict, because that's kind of the style we lend ourselves to. And it just matters if we show up on the day, and I expect us to. So I expect us to get more goals than them, but I do expect us to concede. I see Solanke getting 1 at least. If Semenyo plays, a Clockwork Cherry, please, a Clockwork Cherry, please tell me real quick, is that Antoine Semenyo, number 22, I think is his number. Is he going to be playing? Because if he is, I can see him getting a goal as well. He's quite a dangerous little player. So for me, Paul, I'm going 3-2. I think Son gets a brace and Pedro Porro with the other goal.
A sneaky.
Yeah, a little something, you know. That's what I'm saying. Be nice to the cherries. The Seagull gods hexed us last time with the banter. Look, I don't have any traumatic stories to share about cherries, but only the ones for yeah, fucking seagulls, man. I hate the fucking seagulls. But look, that is going to do it, y'all. Before I ask Paul's final thoughts, let me say thank you so much to Dermatron for being a member for 6 months, Ash kicking off things with the first super chat, Luca 14 with the second one, Howie with the third, Adrian with the fourth, Bob Down Under gifting 5 memberships, and Faz and Chang, both of them hitting us with a super chat as well. So big ups to all of y'all. If I just read off your name, thank you so much. If you have hit a like on this video, thank you so much as well. Tavernier is a good player as well, Foxy. Good shout there. Happy New Year. Yes, I will not see y'all tomorrow. So if you are here right now, or you're watching this back on replay, I want to say to you right now, and I'm just going to make myself big screen for a second. Happy New Year. I hope you end this year the most blessed and the most stress-free you can as possibly imaginable. I hope you welcome in the new year with a lot of love, hope, and that it brings you more luck and more good things and more blessings than this year brought you. I'm sorry that I won't be here tomorrow. I do apologize on that, but I want you to know, if you're here 2 hours in, look, Chewy's about to get ready to end the show, but I want you to know, I just want to say Happy New Year. And I hope it's blessed. I hope you spend it with the people you love. And if you are alone shoot me a DM. I may not be on stream, but I still have my phone and I'll still reach out. It is the holidays. I like to make sure everyone's checked up on. So please, 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 make sure you're taking care of these holidays. Make sure you are safe. Make sure you're driving safe. Make sure you work out, transportation, party, all that. Have a good time and spend it with a lot of love. Yeah. I had to do that because I'm not going to be here tomorrow to be like, Happy New Year, you know. So I will see you on the other end of the new year. This is going to be the last time that I am live in this calendar year. But we will be back. We will be back Monday.
The all-new United Spurs of America show.
All new.
2024, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be like Martin Scorsese type shit in the next year. Who knows what the next year will bring? This year has brought 2,500 and something subs.
Wow.
If next year brings another 2,500, that would be absolutely swell. And you know what? The family just get that much bigger. But look, I do appreciate every single one of you who tapped in. Feliz Año Nuevo, Daniel Sandoval, one love every single time. Happy New Year, everyone. I do appreciate every single one of you in the chat. I appreciate y'all chiming in, making sure you let me know you're here. Thank you so much, everyone. Tot Spurs, member for 7 months. 7 months from Tot Spurs. I think that's as long as we've been monetized. Is 7 months. So Tosper's been a member as long as you've been able to be a member.
Day one.
Day one of YouTube monetization. No, Tosper's was also on Patreon as well. So wow. Tosper's been supporting since before the channel was even monetized. Says Jacob, Paul, and chat, Happy New Year to you all. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Tot Spurs, every single time for all the support you do give the channel. Look, I will see you on the other side of the new year, and hopefully it's after a dub. We will find out. But look, I need everyone to just be safe and be blessed and stress-free. Spread some love, man. It costs nothing to be a good person. But Paul, do you have any final thoughts for us before we sign off?
I just hope everyone has a fun and safe New Year's Eve, and we'll be back bigger and better than ever next year, will Tottenham, especially come February, and hopefully we'll get some players in next week. But you know, I've had a lot of fun doing streams with you this year, Jacob. You're a proper Tottenham dude. It's been a lot of fun talking shit with you. Very easy. You're a great host. And, you know, thanks to everyone in the chat that's been keeping Jacob's dog and pony show going. You know, you've persuaded him to go one more year. It sounds like he's going one more year.
One more year.
One more year.
Let's run it back.
2024, folks.
Yes, yes. Let's make it a good 2024. Peace and love to everyone. Make sure you are subscribed to the Hotspur Hippie. It is in the description of this video. So it's very easy to go to. Make sure you go subscribe. Don't unsubscribe, you bunch of clowns. My son says that's going to do it. My son is saying that's it. Wrap it up.
Wrap
Academy
it up,
Award
come on.
music. The show is done. Cue the credits.
The microphone's disappearing into the.
I'm going to end the show in fashion that is familiar to those of you whom are regulars. I am redirecting you to Sarcasm City TV. Make sure you get on over there. You say Jacob Raid, USA Raid, either one works. Make sure you let them know that I sent you. Go subscribe to Flawless Sarcasm City TV, a great channel over there. But look, as always, folks, I need you all for one final time of 2023 to stay blessed, stay fresh. I need you to up the lads and come on, you beautiful, sexy Spurs.
United Spurs of America with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Destiny Adoji. Oh, yes. Oh, Destiny Adoji Day. Hey.